Also, official spokesperson for the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, Isaac Mensah, has rebutted claims by the Special Prosecutor that it submitted enough documents to IOCO on the money laundering charges it brought against former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Abena-Dapaah. According to the Attorney General, it is against pursuing the case and because there was not enough evidence to charge Cecilia Abena-Dapaah.
According to the law as we have it now, is proceeds from an unlawful activity.
Right.
So the Office of the Special Prosecutor has investigated whether or not there was an unlawful activity based on their jurisdiction, based on their mandate, looking at corruption-related offenses. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, according to his own document, conducted 7 months intensive, an intensive word was used by he himself, 7 months intensive investigation and 4 months collaborative investigation with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and absolutely nothing was found. If something has been found, I believe that should also be a matter of public knowledge by now. So as it stands now, to the best of our information from the Office of the Attorney General, based on the docket that was forwarded from the same Office of the Special Prosecutor through IOCO or to IOCO, that was subsequently forwarded to us, there's no inkling, there's no sign, even remotely, of any unlawful activity for which we should use as a predicate offense to charge the former minister with money laundering.
Right, let's expand this conversation, and joining us on phone is a private legal practitioner, Martin Pebu. A very good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you for joining us here on Newsbeat. Now, according to...
Good afternoon, Shadrach.
Right, according to IOCO, it has not received any response despite requesting for additional information from the OSP. Do you think the OSP has not really or indeed provided enough evidence to proceed with investigations?
Oh, look, let me tell you, Shadrach, sufficient information has been provided by the OSP to the IOCO to proceed with this case. It's just a charade. This thing that OSP hasn't given a cover report is just a charade. Look, the evidence is this. If you are investigating money laundering, right, when you see plenty cash, like what Madam Dapaah had, $540,000 and over 2.7 million, that's a fiscal cash in the house. And then also the money in the account, which at a point we heard it by the transaction volume was over 40 million. The first thing you start is, what is your source of income? And I'm telling you that OSP says the file that was handed over to Madam Dapaah has 20 statements by witnesses. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 20. IOCO and Attorney General should stop deceiving us. We are just talking to Wilberforce. Wilberforce is making a fetish out of predicate offenses. When the evidence is right in front of you, the British, look, I've seen cases in UK who, they started this as well before us. They say when you see plenty money like that, the first thing you go is, yes, what's your source of income? Aren't we here? OSP brought a report. Madam Dapaah couldn't explain the money. One point is for my deceased brother. Another time is funeral donation. The next time, cosmetic businesses. OSP went to check. Those businesses didn't belong to her. Look, this is a grand conspiracy by Attorney General Godfrey Dame to free Madam Dapaah. Godfrey Dame is made it clear. On last Saturday, he was on news file. He was caught lying, blatant lies. Look, one, he said, they said, what do you call it? Mamichi Wadankwa was done with her investigations. Meanwhile, the letter written by Madam Kilson, that's the principal state attorney, said Mamichi Wadankwa could go ahead and commence investigations, but it's not necessary. Meanwhile, Godfrey Dame was saying that she's finished and she found nothing. That turned out to be a lie. Number two, Godfrey Dame says, he knows the source of the money and that the source is what is being said openly. The first story that is for the deceased brother, those things. That's what the Attorney General is saying. It's just a complete conspiracy to free Dapaah, and the PRO is singing those things. Listen, this predicate, throw it away. We have Section 1, Subsection 3 of our law, which says that if you are investigating money laundering, and you don't get the full evidence, and then the person who is being investigated cannot also explain the source of the money, the person is deemed to have committed the offense. Take the case to court. Let the judges decide. You are not judges. The Attorney General and Wilberforce is PRO. They are not judges. The law is very clear. And Parliament said they were changing the law. Let me read you what Parliament said. Parliament said they are no longer doing this. Money laundering should always be tied to predicate offense. Parliament said they are no longer doing that. They've changed the law. When Parliament says we've changed the law, if you think Parliament has not done a good job, you take it to court. Let the judges look and decide. Because now they are saying Parliament hasn't done anything. Parliament too says I've done something. Listen to the memorandum to the bill. And when we say memorandum, so this is the draft, what was used to start. So I paraphrase the law itself for you, where I said they've changed the law. But just in case that's not enough, this is what Parliament is saying here. They say the clause, therefore, introduces, with all emphasis on introduces, a component which distinguishes the offense of money laundering as a stand-alone offense. So now money laundering is a loan. You don't need to say you must necessarily convict for predicate. No. And when it comes to, if you feel like, so there are two ways of proving the money laundering. One, the one that you can show that the person stole, or the person sold narcotics, or the person did fraud, Sakawa 419, and got the money, which the person is now using for a boutique, which the person is using for a car rental business, which the person is using for real estate. Yes, apart from that method, you can also go. You don't know this is the person who brought the money. You don't know how it was committed, but you've seen so much money, like the Madame Dakar case, and so based upon the way the money is so colossal, in view of Madame Dakar's income as a minister, which doesn't support it, and her explanations which have all failed, you infer that a crime has taken place. We've always used circumstantial evidence. Even for murder, sometimes you find out somebody has been killed. The suspect was not found holding any gun, shooting or stabbing the deceased. Nothing. But they will look at all the circumstances and say that this suspect who was not near that place, nobody saw him, is guilty. We've always used that.
Counsel, before we wrap up on this, so you are saying that the handwriting is clear on the wall from all indications, and then from all the stories we heard, from the funeral to the brother to someone gave it out, everything indicating that Cecilia Abena Dapa should go through the mill and that AG should not interfere. Secondly, I would also want to know, is that a case, like people are suggesting, a case of gagging on the OSP? Is it that other government officials are trying to pull him down, like we popularly say?
Well, OSP, starting with the second one, what happens is that he cannot deal with money laundering. We've not added it to his mandate. So once he saw money laundering clearly, then he had to hand over the file. But he said he will continue investigating the corruption one. So it's not like OSP is stopping. No. This case, anytime they find big evidence of corruption, OSP can continue. But at a point, he saw that from what the witnesses, look, Shadrach, what you should be asking the Attorney General, if he's confident that Madame Dapa is innocent, look, they can block out the names of the witnesses, right? And bring out all the 20-something witnesses, about 25 people who gave statements to OSP. If they like, they can just block out, redact their names and addresses, things that will help identify who they are, and bring out all those stories, 25. Let the whole public read. Yesterday, I was saying that they should choose a few of us lawyers who think we can help resolve this matter. But if they don't want to choose a few lawyers to help, they should remove those details of those persons and publish all the 25 witness statements for Ghanaians to read. And then we'll show the Attorney General that here is a crime. I'm telling you that this is a grand scheme just to cover Madame Dapa. If it is not true, bring out the 25 statements. OSP says he gathered 25 statements. Bring them out. Let's analyze one by one.
Thank you so much, Lawyer Martin Pebu. I think the points there have clearly been made. Lawyer Martin Pebu is insisting that the 25 findings of the Office of the Special Prosecutor should be published and made public for everyone to be their own judges or assess whatever his findings were. And as to whether dockets or documents were presented to Iyoko and whether they were enough or not, we would still have to find out from both sides, because now it looks like it's your word against mine. The Office of the Special Prosecutor is saying A, and then Iyoko is also giving out others. And then let me quote what Martin Pebu says. He says the Attorney General is even telling lies, because there are times where he's granted interviews and whatever thing he has said is not matching up with whatever the boss of Iyoko is also saying. He also insists it's just a ploy to free the former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Abena-Dapa, and from all indications, Cecilia should be allowed to go through the mail, because she has given lots of instances that will warrant more investigation into the allegation of money laundering.